All right.
Good
Nice. You
beat,
like?
Bobby.
Yeah, Ricky, what's up? What's up,
Hello.
everyone?
Hello.
Welcome once again. Episode
Welcome.
3. Hey, a trilogy. We're getting there. Huh?
Yes, sir. Getting
Let's
better and
see.
better.
Let's see. Maybe we'll have as many spin-offs as a Star Wars trilogy. Huh? We can have all of the spin-offs that we're going to get into. Well,
Why
yeah.
not,
Welcome,
man?
everyone, again. Back with another episode for, the Merseyside. Oh, the Madrid Merseyside Mashup.
Let's just,
Nice one. Yeah, we your hosts. I'm Bobby.
Ricky.
Yeah. And this is, as we said, episode number 3. Yeah. Learning a bit of Czech there. 3. May I apologize? We know what it. Yeah. Okay. We won't say anything.
Milatko, please.
We won't say anything. We won't say anything. So I think today, we're talking about a couple of things. But first of all, there's lots of things that's been happening in the footballing world.
Some last minute updates, last minute news, recent news. I'm not so sure even if last minute, but recent news. I'm a bit excited, Bobby. You know why? It reminds me of the days, like what I mentioned in the first episode about how I started to watch Madrid when it was a 2002 election. This election turns out to be a show in Madrid. So for everybody's, as a background, now there is a presidency election now in Madrid. This Sunday is going to be finalized everything. And there is the big boss, Florentino Perez. And then now he has a counter candidate right now, Mr. Riquelme. And Mr. Riquelme, Bobby, 2 days ago, at least makes my day. Mr. Riquelme, Bobby. Oh, Bobby, 2 days ago, he went on a podcast. Guess what? With a Madrid jersey.
With Haaland?
He's bringing the new number 9.
I heard about it.
Loud and clear. Imagine that he's acting like Florentino Perez, right? Because he literally tries to do the same, yeah? And he said, if I don't make that done, then all the members, gonna have a free membership and the entrance and all the costs he will cover for everybody for the next season, which is over 20 million euro. But he said if he's not keeping his promise, he's gonna do that. And he literally brought up the number 9 Haaland. So that was pretty brave from his end, you know.
Isn't there from Haaland's team? Isn't there some legal? Aren't they? I heard something they're talking about.
That's right as well. They are not happy, and understandably. I mean, this guy, he still needs to learn because Mr. Florentino did the same as well with Figo, right? Like he announced it, but you know what is funny? At least that was even worse because when Florentino announced Figo, everybody was denying that he's bad, and even the player Luis Figo went out on an injury saying that this is banal, this is nonsense, I'm not going anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yet it happened, but Haaland is on mute. But I still don't think it's just he's selling, empty papers. But Mr. Florentino Perez has a counterattack, which I do believe in because he kept his words many, many times that he will send out next Tuesday the record transfer amount in Madrid's history for a player. Over 150 million for one player is going out next Tuesday, Bobby. And you know what I like about it? It's not a player from the Premier League. But you know what I like? Because that's going to be Paris Saint-Germain. So probably or Vitinha or João Neves. Bobby. Or Vitinha or João Neves. If it's one of these two, I'm like, Bobby.
And what is happening? That. And what is happening with Mbappe? because I think.
You want to ruin my day? I was just excited. You're coming with Mbappe?
Hey, we're talking Madrid here. We're talking Madrid because what I'm hearing is about Chelsea wants Mbappe.
Oh, that would be nice. Okay, so in the end, you're saying good news.
That's
yes.
That's what I'm
Good.
talking about, right? Because
I heard
Haaland
the
coming
same.
in means Mbappe can go.
Yeah,
Right?
100%.
and they showed
Vini Haaland together, no Mbappe in that case.
and they showed
100%.
also, from defensive contribution. I saw the stat this morning. Like,
Is there any stats actually from him for defense contribution?
well, he's the lowest in the league. He's the lowest in the league. He's the lowest in the Champions League. Him and Vinny.
Imagine that. Imagine that.
I mean, look, you don't expect, but not only like in the ultra, but specifically, obviously, it also includes the forwards. So he's the least, he's the lowest contributor for any defensive actions out of all the forwards.
No surprise. I hope you're right. He goes to Chelsea. Like, let it go. We can even swap. Give us Enzo. We give you him. I don't even need extra money. Like, it's just like swap, clean swap. I'd do Bobby. I'm there. Clean swap. Like, I had the same feeling about him, like about Cristiano Ronaldo when coming to Madrid, but but then Cristiano started to respect him because what he was delivering is like, I cannot ignore him nor disrespect him. But with Kylian as a team, we do not get better at all. Because in the end, he scored goals, but Bobby, there is the other side of the statistics. Who missed the most chances as well in the league? It's him. It's him. So anyway, going back, presidency, it's so exciting now. So now, because now they both really have to deliver. So the summer gonna be big. Because if it's Perez, and most probably it's Perez, I'm happy that Mourinho is coming. Konate is coming. Denzel Dumfries. Oh, you have to make fun of me. I'm allowing you. We are having the first Dutch player in the squad. First Dutch player, Bobby.
Yeah, dis maar baie goed vir julle mense, né?
So throw it at me whatever you want,
Kan ons Nederlands op hierdie kanaal praat, ja?
Yeah, whatever. Alles klaar, all the things. What do you want to say, Bobby? But now you can take a toe on me. I'm getting a Dutch player. So from now on, Slot is entitled to come to Madrid. So.
Oh!
Hey, that was my argument.
Clip that. 7 minutes, 14 seconds. Clip that. Clip that. Clip that.
That was my argument, right? Like, he cannot come because we don't have a Dutch player. But now, Bobby, he's entitled.
Should I mention anything about passwords? I'm just saying.
But wrapping this part up, because I don't want to chew too much and stop my excitement. But Riquelme promised as well a coach that he's gonna name today, so we will know, because he said loud and clear he wouldn't bring in Mourinho. So if Riquelme wins, that's not Mourinho. He's bringing another coach.
Who would you want?
That's the thing. I don't want anybody else than him. Because this squad right now needs somebody like Mourinho. Not because this squad is not built for young coach, for building for a future. That has to wait. This squad is not built for that. So for a young coach, there needs to be a daddy. They need a daddy.
What if it's Enrique?
He can come. He has a Madrid background, actually.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, he played for both. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't mind, but
would you still take Mourinho over Enrique?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Right now, yeah. But I would not like that because what they say that it's Klopp. But they say that Riquelme's catch is Klopp, which I do not believe. That's what they say, because Klopp have a point on Madrid, but he has no favors towards Perez, right? The Perez structure, the Perez way of dealing with players and structure. But because Riquelme would build a long-term something new, because Riquelme wants as well, the part I like, he would bring back Raul. He has a sporting director. So he would bring back more legends as well, with Michel Salgado as well would come back. So like, he would build around that, but I'm not in favor of that again. So I'm not. We need a daddy. Like, this squad need a daddy.
You Royals, you Royalistas, you
That's how it goes, Bobby.
Uh,
Royal is royal. But you see, that's the thing that other football clubs don't really offer such a show like Madrid, because we have president election. Because the proudest thing that are Madridista, the club is owned by fans, 100%. There is no private investment, anything. It's all the 90 plus thousand loyal fans are voting actually on who will be the new president. So that's the beautiful part of it, at least. But yeah, to chew in there some fresh news, ladies and gentlemen. A lot going on in Madrid right now. So I'm
well,
having an exciting week, an exciting
yeah,
weekend ahead. It's gonna be
yeah.
fun.
And Kanate lied, as we all expected. So
Yeah.
there's the well, question. How do you think, or do you think at all that the arrival of Kanate will impact Trent and his minutes? Or is that, will it, like I said, will it impact it or will it not at all? And because again, we've
Mm,
spoken about this, he's not a Mourinho player.
no, that's the
He's not a
thing.
Mourinho player.
Trent shouldn't be excited about the next season coming in, because now you touch a point, a good one actually, because Konate plus Denzel Dumfries. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Denzel is coming in on a request of Mourinho.
Uh-huh.
See, because there is the interconnection between them, and not just that, because Denzel is a real fullback. Like he's a beast at the back. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
he tracks back, he helps back.
Does that help Trent?
No,
Does?
so that's the thing. So that there is Denzel and there is Konate as well coming. So I don't think it helps his case unless he's raise his game, right? Let's not. There is that percentage that he may raise his game. It's not the highest percentage that may happen, but it may push him as well, right? Because this season his competition was nothing much. Poor Carvajal was
Injured, yeah.
injured all season, yeah,
Mhm.
all season long. So Fede Valverde is not happy playing there. So there was not much of a competition. So let's see. He may raise his game. We don't know.
Will and will is he cemented in specifically that position? Is there no um idea or brain work or thinking of playing him in a different position? Because look, let's not mince words. The guy can score free kicks. The guy's got a huge range
Yeah,
of
but
passes. Is what I'm saying is what he offers, is it enough, and is it quality enough to get him into a different position in the starting
well
11,
said.
or even coming off the bench to have him
Coming off
play a
the
role?
bench, he's a good substitute. Like he's a he's a good substitute because end of the day, the guy without a ball is a nightmare. Imagine putting him in a midfield. I mean, with the ball, fair. But tracking back, without the ball, him in a midfield, I know. That's the part that I don't see. If there is a new rule in football that like in a handball, that when you attack you can make changes, when you defend you can make changes, he can be part of our attacks. But when we are without a ball, that guy to be or bridge in the middle, he needs to play except of Arda Güler or Fede Valverde or Chouameni. Nah, that's the problem. Jude Bellingham. Nah, that's the problem.
Man, if they play him next to Jude on the field, you're gonna have no midfield, because the
Hollywood,
two of them are
Hollywood.
gonna. It's Hollywood. That's gonna be
It's
like
Hollywood.
that's gonna be the hub.
Too much
Oh,
mess. Too much show.
Ricky, that's gonna be the hub. They're gonna be so into each other on that field that they're not gonna be. They don't. Not gonna be apart. Do you know what I'm getting at? Do you know what I'm getting at? Right?
Okay, I guess that's about.
They're gonna take them, bring them both on, or take them both off.
Yeah.
Never mind. Never mind.
Uh,
I'm not gonna go there.
Both can go
But
substitution.
can we? When you,
My God.
however, you still want to talk about, but I want to talk about Iriola, and I want to talk about something about my
Yeah,
club as
lastly
well.
on this one, and
Yeah.
let's go there, because one thing I actually don't like, man, they introduced the new home kit for next season. I cannot believe, Bobby. They
Let me
added,
have a look.
Bobby. It's so bad. They added red color in a Madrid jersey, Bobby. Red. The stripes of the Adidas stripes are red. Bobby. Red. I accepted the pink away jersey. I accepted it. We had away pink. I was like, okay. But our home kit, the white one.
Nah.
Bobby, do you see how disgusting
Look,
is it?
nah, they don't look nice. And is that black
Bobby.
or is that like a dark green? It's on the collar.
It's like I got red eyes. Soon as I saw that, I just cannot believe. Like, this is our royal white jersey. So the white one. So let's put this way. Our
Is it
home kit
Adidas,
got
yeah?
dirty. Yeah, it's dirty
Yeah,
because it's not white. Our
that
royal
don't-
white jersey is dirty.
Yeah, Adidas has
Look,
made
ridiculous.
they've made a
The hell?
a boo boo there. They've made a
We're
they've
gonna
made a
be on one of they're gonna talk about this for sure. It's one of the worst kits for a
yeah.
new season. Ridiculous.
Look, we
So
can't
switch. Let's go to Iraola,
switch.
please.
Let's go. Okay, so I'm not even going to touch on Iriolo. Look, he was
We
confirmed.
can. I mean,
We will talk about him. But there's one
congrats
thing.
again. Yeah.
There's one thing that I want to make very clear, and I want to state categorically right now, in front of you, in front of everybody, right? Because
Please do.
I actually mentioned it on my socials a couple of days ago, and one of the most heartbreaking, because there was a lot of heartbreak for us this season, but for me, right, and not to say that it's more heartbreaking than the Portuguese brothers, not to say that it's more heartbreaking than the parade tragedy, but because of, I'd say, a lot of our Liverpool fans seeing ourselves in this player, because the player is living his dream, and his dream was, he was cut off by the knees. And to see that happening after the tournament he had last season at the Under-21 World Cup was heartbreaking. Harvey Elliott, my boy, if you're listening to this, or if this gets out, man, because I was so excited for him this year going to Villa. I thought this, after and again, look, a lot of people that haven't watched him playing with Liverpool might not rate him. All Liverpool fans will say, we'll show you, well, not all of us, majority will tell you what a talent this boy is. And for him having had his tutorage under Mo, playing on the right wing, even though he never filled that position in place of Mo, he kind of learned together with Mo. I've got a feeling that this season, I know I said it last season, and look what happened. So hopefully I'm not cursing the boy. I hope I don't curse him. But from what I'm hearing, again, from Iriola, he's glad that the senior players are gone on international duty. It gives him an opportunity now to work with the youth. Love the man for that. Love the man for that. Because what happened to all our youth?
Respect.
Curtis is, man, he's been kind of pushed. And it looks like, I hope he doesn't leave. Jarrell Kwanzaa. What did we do then? Did we not need that, man? And what a buyback.
You can have him.
Harvey, Tyler Morton. All these guys that weren't given the opportunity. Do we still have Jaden Dans? Is he still there? Man, we've got our youth is, and I think we're about to buy another 19-year-old. Oh, not the Diamante, but another 19-year-old from somewhere in Brazil. I can't remember his name, but another wonder kid apparently. Right? Look, I hope it's not going to be the talk that was around your previous youth player that now came second in the Champions League and won the league, right? The captain of the club, right? Because as a 15-year-old, it was a battle. Well, let's not say a battle. Let's just say it was spoken about for both clubs. Very promising, right? And at the end of the day, he went to you guys. So I hope it's not the same as that, because I do feel come to us, and I mean, man, the amount of youngsters that we've produced over the years that that the youth system has shown that it can produce. I'm looking forward to, but specifically Harvey Elliott.
Yeah,
you,
fingers crossed for the
that
guy.
picture with him in the silver kit, the grey kit, where we came second, because that was the first time we had a grey away kit since we won the league, and I got that kit when we well, in that season, hoping that this was the omen. We finished second. That was the season with that damn Italian Federico Marchesa, that youngster that just Fergie pulled out of nowhere, and man, that's all he did. That's actually what this guy is known for, coming on in the last few games as a sub and killing us in the title. So, yeah, seeing Harvey Elliott, seeing him in that picture, for the radar, he's a lifelong fan. He represents us all. So I hope, I hope that he goes on to fulfill that promise, and he's got it in
Yeah,
him. He's got it in him,
wishing him all the best for this
Th-
season. Yeah,
and that's
just
all
to
I want.
play,
Yeah,
continuously to play.
yeah.
That's important because
Get the
in Villa
minutes
it was not good, really, the situation for him in Villa.
out of the
So now,
situation. Yeah,
hopefully,
and that's all I wanted to say
yeah,
about Liverpool today. There's a lot.
yeah,
There's a lot that can be said, but I just wanted to put that out there. I
yeah,
want
and
this
that's fair.
guy. I really want this guy to do well at the
Yeah,
club.
really, really, the
All right.
guy's good.
I think we
We
can move
go.
on. We can move on to the next couple of things. So everyone, what
Let's go, Bobby.
we're going to touch on two things World Cup related today. Yeah. First of all, yesterday or the previous episode, I kind of monopolized it at the end, right? There was
It was
information
very
that was
good,
mine. Yeah.
really good.
Today we're gonna have Ricky. He's gonna share with us, and I'm gonna add my comments or insights or what my
You
opinions
better do.
on the FIFA World Cup rule changes. So there's gonna be
Yeah,
lots of things that are gonna be, let's say, a little bit different to what we've normally experienced as a
a lot
football
is
audience.
changing.
And let's see what it's about. I'll hand over, Ricky. Take us through it, and let's
Yeah.
talk about these different points.
Well, guys, actually, there are a lot of changes coming up. I'm not so sure how to approach them in a way like, not approach them, how to digest them. Some of them I really do like, some of them are controversial. So we'll go through them all because there is quite a lot. So there are some new rules and some trial new rules as well.
Mm.
So there is quite a lot that's gonna happen. Well, to start with, which is not really a trial rule because it's been already trialed actually, and we've seen that happening this season and even now for the friendlies. This is the water breaks, right? So there will be 2 times of water break now. They will add one in the first half, one in the second half. In the first half at the 22nd minute, and in the second half at the 67th minute. So there will be these two water breaks. Fine. If my first reaction was to that, Bobby, fine. Let that be if it's such a weather condition. I'm like, okay. But the rule is, doesn't matter the weather condition,
Mm-hmm.
the rule stays. So that's it. I'm like, you know what? I'm not so sure about that because first, because your first action, see, you made a move. Is it for the players? I'm like, yeah, fair. Look after them. But then if it's under any condition, well, it's not really about them anymore. So that's something that they put in place. So, Bobby, I'm not so sure what you think, but my reaction to that is overall, then I don't really like it because it's the tempo is not going to be great because the tactics has to as well change, which I'm not so sure how much they got used to that, how this is going to impact the players, which as we go through the World Cup, we will analyze and analyze and analyze.
Mm-hmm.
Because imagine now you start a game, what does that mean? For 22 minutes, you keep high tempo because you know you're going to stop. So there is no such a build up or like slow mo minutes in a game. And then again, you go, does it mean like we will have 4 quarters now of high
Mm-hmm.
intensity,
Mm-hmm.
almost like a basketball vibe? Let's see, because if it's not, then it's going to be pretty boring. So I'm just afraid of that, Bobby.
Yeah, I'll jump in here and just
Please do.
give some of what I feel, because I can understand why they are not doing it for in specific instances, and they're doing it as a blanket rule. Um, I see it mutually beneficial. They just jumped on it, but they are, for me, legitimate reasons to do that. First of all, I will say to maintain the integrity of each of
I
the games.
already disagree, but please continue.
No, to maintain the integrity of each of the games, right? And what I mean by that is
Okay, you're too
one,
nice. That's
two,
right.
two teams playing that don't get a water break in one of, let's say, okay, Germany, as an example, they get water breaks in all three of their games, right? Now you've got England has no water breaks in any of their games. They face each other in the round of 32, as an example. You know, there's an imbalance there. So to avoid that, I can understand from an integrity perspective.
Disagree on that one. You know why,
Fine,
Bobby? Because
right?
you may think they play something extra because they don't have this extra 2-3 minutes break, but what that brings risk of injuries because your body stops. Like you go into the high intensity of 22 minutes and then you stop, specifically if it's not a warm weather. You stop for 2-3 minutes of a workout, like let's say, or anything as
Mhm.
such, and go again with the same intensity. That there is a risk then in the injuries, Bobby.
And every team will have that same risk, as opposed to having one team that will have those breaks because of the weather, and then another team not having the break.
Yeah,
So
but you put it as an advantage, the break, where actually the break can be a disadvantage as well, right? Because your example was more on it can be an advantage to Germany because they have breaks and if they face. But let's say it
both are
can be a
true.
disadvantage, right?
Both are true.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if you can, so
Fair.
it's either the case
Yeah.
you keep the water breaks for everybody, or you leave the water breaks for everybody.
No, fair. I don't like
Right.
this break thing.
Second thing, I think, and again, it's my opinion. I think the powers that be that also rubber stamped this, they didn't just use, they used multiple reasons. Maybe they
Oh
didn't.
yeah.
Maybe they used millions of reasons that were green,
Millions of
right?
reasons. Exactly.
And look, that's also the benefit, because yes, it's going to churn money, because we know there's not going to be as many fans at this event, even though they're trying
That's
to,
the interesting one. Yeah. I'm
even though
excited.
even though the
Yeah.
prices are going to be, but to get to why or what I wanted to say, about, another reason why they would choose or have approved to have these breaks, is that they've allowed themselves that little bit of leeway by some of the other rule changes, which we will get onto later, where they will be making things, or making the game a little bit quicker, and not as many pauses in play, which again is based on some of what you will cover in some of the other rule changes. So those are just two points from my side that I wanted to add to that.
Yeah.
How it's going to play out, only time will tell. I ain't
Yeah.
got no crystal ball. So
Yeah.
it will be interesting. Let's see.
Not against some changes because there are some really I like, but it's just this is one of those like it's almost like I feel like this is a change of let's change the size of the goal. You know that this is for me saint rule like that you play 45 minutes. So that's why I'm a bit sensitive on that one, to be honest. Um,
Has anything got to
yeah,
do with the fact that it's a FIFA rule, and from where the places,
yeah,
or where the World Cup is majority going to be scheduled?
yeah. But
You
you
know.
see, like there is, as you say, leeway because on this rule now, as we'll go on to another rules, the tactical impact is actually coaches are allowed to speak to the players, right?
Mm-hmm.
In this instance, when there is this hydration break, coaches are allowed to talk to the players and give them tactics, right? But then there is the other side of it as well, right? When it comes to the other trial rules like substitutions,
Yeah.
like example, FIFA implemented also a disciplinary and substitution rule trials as well, aimed for improving the match flow actually. So that's when is a leeway there that penalizing on sporting behavior. Let's say players have 10 seconds to leave the field when substituted. And I'm going to be interested to see that. 10 seconds, Bobby. Imagine that. You have 10 seconds to leave the field, which is great because now you will not see from one corner. on the other side, somebody gonna take, the walk all the way. They have to go straight out over there because if they take longer, the incoming subs will not be allowed actually to go on the next stop onto the next stoppage, and not just that, the next stoppage or the next stoppage or minimum 1 minute.
A minute. Mm-hmm.
So that's cool actually.
Yeah.
I like that. And you know what is interesting on this? They tried this rule. I think it was Iceland. Let me actually check. I think it was a really interesting one. I took a note about. Yes,
Yes.
Iceland, Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Iceland, Japan actually tried this rule, and guess what? The player was not going out in 10 seconds. They had this penalty for 1 minute on a Japan side, and Iceland at that moment scored a goal. So that's interesting. I like this one. This one I like. It's again something against, but it's increased the chance of more actions. So more actions because I like that. So more action, higher chance for a goal. In the end of the day, we want to see actions and goals, right, in a game. So I like that part. And actually, there is that other side that I like, which is the throw-ins as part of this.
Yeah.
5 seconds, Bobby. How beautiful that is. 5 seconds. 5 seconds for a throw-in.
What, man? First of all, Rice and Saka, you playing that way, and now it's like, what? I need to throw. What?
Imagine, Bobby.
Arsenal fans,
Beautiful.
I'm sorry, but we only speak the truth here. Huh?
We only speak the truth here.
I'm only speaking
I
it's
love
my
this
truth,
one.
right? So
This is great, Bobby. This is really great. Like, so that's when hearing all this, and if you go through, then I'm gonna soften on the water break, but still, like this actually, this is nice.
you see, Jen, that's basic sales. Basic sales. They give you a little so they can take something, right? We give
Still.
you, actually not basic sales, irrespective. It's like we'll
Yeah.
butter you up with the throw-ins and the substitutes and blah blah blah. But we're not going to give that to you for free. We want just a little bit of your pain,
Yeah.
to make so that the
Yeah.
niceness will just make the pain a little bit less. Not to
Yeah.
say that it's not a pain, but you will look a little bit when you see the throw-ins go quickly. It's like, and also, let me talk about because I don't know where you watch your football, right? But I will say this: Mzansi Africa, our advertising, having studied marketing in the field of
Right.
marketing. Not that I'm any voice of that field or any expert on it, but it pains me. It pains me when I watch these adverts. Except from South African adverts are probably, in my opinion, and yeah, biased or not, the best in the world. Because South Africa, you can't do comparative advertisements. Like in America, you advertising Coke, you can talk you can talk shit about. I'll say we can talk shit about Pepsi. You advertising KFC, you can talk shit about McDonald's. South Africa, you can't do that. Saatchi and Saatchi, can I name drop here? Ogilvy Meta. I don't even know if these may have changed over the past 15, 20 years. Jupiter Drawing Room. These advertising agencies, top notch. So it's going to pain me, and these water breaks, because the ads on these British and American, they are painful. They are painful to watch.
We need to take a break as well in those breaks. That's about it, basically,
Yeah.
right? Like we go and take a break as well. So that's on that side. Substitutions, 10 seconds, throw-ins, 5 seconds. Beautiful overall. Injury treatment to top it up from here. Yeah, that's an interesting one as well. That's any player actually let's say receives a treatment. Let's say we don't, you see, that's the other beautiful part, that the player that asks for a treatment, so it can be any kind of situation, right, must leave the field for 1 minute before being allowed to rejoin the match. See, so that's beautiful. So imagine, like, for any silly reasons now players are going down to waste time or anything, but now if they do that, they know actually subconsciously that they will leave their team with one player less for at least a minute. So imagine you just try to waste your time, you go down. Okay, but as soon as you stood up, you have to go out. You have to go out for a 1 minute before you actually join back. Beautiful. Beautiful. Less acting. I hope this promotes less acting. That's all I want to say. I'm not that actually happy about that they're gonna come and go out and these things, but it's more about I hope there will be less acting. Yeah,
Yeah. Look,
that's what I hope for.
that acting is, I don't know. I don't know when it will completely leave the game.
Oh yeah,
It's because it's been around for a long time, right? It's been around
100%.
from the first time I watched, right? And we talk as I love Diego.
Mm.
You know, he made a meal of things. I think it became really prevalent from like the mid '80s. You know,
Yeah, and the
trying to
culture. Yeah,
yeah,
culture in
and
general. Yeah.
and it followed, and it just spread around. Just spread globally. Um,
Yeah.
and this is where the ref comes into things. Where
Oh yeah.
I'm hoping that the referees, because the referees also have the um have they've got the responsibility to not only just stop play but call for medical assistance if they deem that the player needs it.
Yeah.
So it's also, if the player can refuse, but does that, or where it comes to the point of what you said, that the player needs to ask for it. So irrespective, I think, whether the player asks for it or not, if the referee also asks for it, because now that rule will come into that play. Is that player going to be thinking when they're on the ground? Are they going to be thinking of the actual health and the state of their condition, or are they thinking, I don't want my team to be kind of penalized by staying
Correct.
off, or players coming on? So is this going to promote maybe a little bit more honesty amongst the players, or is it going to put even more pressure and more responsibility on the referee to say, hey, this looks like you need this? Because a minute of not treating, or 10 seconds of not treating something
Oh, that's
properly
big
can be,
difference.
yeah,
Yeah.
it can be critical. So
100%.
so again, and this is probably raises more questions than anything, and we can only wait and see and watch on how that is going to develop, and
Yeah.
how it's going to impact, well, the watching, as an audience watching the game, how
Yeah.
it's going to impact the how the referees are going to act. Also going to be how the players are going to be how they're going to respond to it, because, as I say, are they going to then, well, because of the benefit of the team, I don't want medical assistance, but at the end of the day, that's gonna impact me. Am I playing for a move this season to a
Hmm.
new club? Have I just started out?
Yeah,
Am I on top of
exactly.
my game? So and we know the players these days are maybe not as, let's say, not as selfless. In other words, putting their bodies on the line for the betterment of the team. They're
Yeah,
more about, I need to protect myself. The smallest
that's
twinge that
it.
they feel in the hammock, I need to come off.
They are
So
the
are
brand
they
on
going?
themselves.
So
Yeah.
hopefully, there's a good side to this, or the possibility to have a good impact in players. Be more honest.
Yep.
Tell us. Don't. But there will always there will always be a loophole, and it will be
Oh,
the players who will find it, and there will be ways of
oh
working
yes.
around it. I just
And
hope that
that's
this,
exciting too. I'm interested to see how they're gonna find these loopholes and everything. So let's see.
and you see who
We
would
shall
be
wait and see.
who watch South Africa with us, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell
Mm.
you why. Not for anything that's to do with Bafana, but
Hmm.
we have got someone in our sport in South Africa, and his name is Johan Erasmus.
Johan
Ra-
Erasmus.
Yeah, and the people know him as Rassi.
Okay.
Rassi Erasmus. And you know who that guy is?
Nope.
That is the guy who heads up our rugby. He's a national rugby coach. He's the one
Mm.
who has put us on the precipice.
Hmm.
Nice word there. of potentially doing a three-peat, 3 World Cups in a row. And rules have had to change within the game of rugby, because of things that this guy has done on the field.
That's beautiful.
He's a trendsetter. He is light years ahead of anyone in the field. All the other teams have started copying him, doing things from a strategic perspective. So
that's beautiful.
he's had close relations with our cricket team, and I think we won when we won the World Test Championship. He was speaking to our coaches and the powers that be. That whether he's spoken to Bafana, I don't know if there's news out
Hopefully
about
they
it.
did.
If he did, I would watch if there's anything from the South African team what they do, because if anyone is going to take advantage or find loopholes in any of this, that's the guy. That's the guy. I swear to you, not just a rugby, and this is me saying this, but he's a sporting genius. Doesn't matter what sport. He's a sporting genius.
Sounds like it.
I will
a person to study at a tactics level, for sure.
Yeah, he's got his doctorate. He was awarded his doctorate in sport by the country, because seriously, this guy is
he's a mind to study. I can imagine.
You can see he lives and breathes the sport. You know, because he has rugby for breakfast. That's what he does.
Sounds like. But mentioning studies very quickly, I'm just gonna wrap it up here. Then what we have was there is just few more rules, which is an interesting one. Maybe just one that is interesting: the goalkeeper injury treatment. Wrapping up on a treatment. So when a goalkeeper actually gets his verbal treatment now, then actually there are no tactical advices. So like, what we see in today's football now, as soon as the goalies goes down or anything, they run to the bench, they talk. That cannot happen. Again, like similarly, like as you call those things out, it's loophole. Let's see how that's gonna plays out. How they're not gonna go there, like that's gonna be interesting. So that's just one of those as well, that let's see how that's gonna actually plays out. But there is a one famous one actually, Bobby. This is something happened in a Champions League game. As a spoiler to the rule, mouth covering. So on this World Cup now, there with the mouth cover, so the players can now be shown a red card if they cover their mouths with their hands, while let's say like have a confrontational situation with any of the other player. So if they cover their mouths with a hand, cover their mouth with a jersey, red card. So that's interesting, because in a way, I wouldn't. That's again a rule that it's loopholes and not always true, because sometimes you talk private stuff between the players as well that you actually know it's a friend or something. So it's just that, like, I'm not too sure where to put it, but
look,
I think you have something nice here to say, no?
No. It's a difficult thing, and the reason I say that is and again, I will use England as the example. I will use the Premier League as an example. You've got so many different languages at the World Cup, and each language you'll have so many different dialects and specific words and like a specific part of the language that is used in certain areas, colloquialisms, they're called that mean different things in different parts of that specific country, and just because as a person that's maybe speaking a language that is majority spoken around the world, to then sit and say, well, this is not the right language to be using, and players getting punished for that without the body that's handing out that punishment having any clue about that language. What does that mean? And we talk about Luis Suarez and Edison and Edison Cavani, the exact same thing. treated a little slightly different, but still treated in a way that, you know what, we're telling you how to speak your language, right? So this hand covering,
controversial.
look,
Controversial, I agree.
again, for the hand covering, there's also the times I would think that players kind of, you know, they use vulgar language, but for those they don't cover their mouths, right? So what is the point? You know, if someone's going to say something, and they're intentionally covering their mouths for it, should it not then be the players or the people on they've got enough microphones to pick up everything that is being said. So whether the mouth is covered or not, what difference does it make? You've got the audio, and if someone says something that, if you get your specialists in to understand that region and that country, and they
can
say,
analyze it actually,
you know, then from there, then hand out the punishment. But this hands over the mouths, look, they're probably doing it because it's been broadcast all over the world. It's been broadcast all over the world, and you don't want maybe kids to see, or so let them cover their mouths. But you have got ears, players have got ears. There's enough technology on that field.
On that one actually, controversial. Even though we had this scene and what happened last season, and that's a good case to punish, but in the end, that doesn't mean that we should remove, not allowing people to do that. Anyway, wrapping this up.
Next one.
Yeah, actually I'm gonna merge this. It's the last one, which is around the cards. So there is the protest, and for the second yellow card, so like the referee will issue a red card if to any player who leaves the field in protest of a decision. Yeah, so that's one. It's like
Afghan.
It's and the second part of it is that there is the second yellow review, which is very controversial. But just very quickly on that one, if the second yellow is already given, to dismiss the red, but not to review if it's supposed to be the second yellow or not. So let's say you had a yellow already in the first half. You got now a second yellow in the second half. There is a VAR for that to review if it's actually a red or no. But because already the referee pulled out the yellow. But if you have a yellow card first half, second half you make a hard tackle, the referee didn't take out the yellow to review it. If it's a yellow to be a red card, there is no VAR for this. See, that's
inconsistent.
Inconsistent, man. So this is again what you mentioned earlier. It really plays in like pressure on a referee and the way he goes. Am I going to pull, because it's all in a one-hand move of the referee, my friend. A lot can change if he takes that out or no. See,
my fear is the PGMOL officials that will have an involvement in the officiating at this World Cup. They've proven, and look, not just them. There's the refereeing across the across all the leagues. But having watched, you know, the Premier League, I can speak from the amount of inaccuracy with refereeing decisions. And there's the talk about the refs are too scared to actually give the yellow or give the second yellow or to give the red or to give the penalty because they can have the VAR, have a look at it, blah blah blah. You know, the refs need to be stronger. The refs need to be they one thing that I think that they can take from, and I'll bring up rugby again, and maybe also even field hockey, is, you know, you get the referees are treated like gods. It's like, yes sir, thank you sir. You know, sorry. You speak to a ref and it's like yellow card. You know, only the captain speaks to the referee. You know, if they moan about a refereeing decision, man, what are you talking about? I'll give you a warning, and you say something again, or anyone in your team says something again about my refereeing, yellow card, sin bin for 15 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever the case is, 10 minutes. You know, so when it comes to VAR, I've got no problem with it. I've got no problem with using the technology. The problem I've got is who's operating that technology and who's, you know, who is interpreting those laws to
That's
to
the
impact
thing.
the game. If you are capable and you can do it properly, no problem. It comes down to let's hope we've got no apologies from the official officiating body about incorrect decisions
Yeah,
like
no
we
such
get.
a publishment.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like we get every week in the Premier League, and
yeah.
still
Let's
nothing
hope.
changes. We've been getting
Yeah.
they've been getting these apologies weekly for the past 4, 5, 6 years.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Like this one is a controversial one. This one is like let's wait and see. Like,
Yeah,
and I totally leave this for the last because this is really the most controversial one.
yeah, it
A
is.
lot on the referee. So
Mm.
that's about this one, Bobby.
All
These
right,
and ladies and gentlemen, that's about the rules. These are the new rules, except what else is coming, right?
it's
So
gonna be interesting. Gonna be very interesting.
yeah,
Gonna be a very interesting World Cup, right?
yeah, yeah, man.
Anyway, all right. So the last thing that we're going to touch on now, we just going well, look, there are 48, like I said, there are 48 teams, right? There are 48
Yeah,
nations in this World Cup. So we want to give a little bit of a little bit of a flavor of each of these countries. And what better way for us to do that than actually go through the fixtures? However, being 48 countries, we could be here
yeah, man.
until the end of the World Cup.
That's the
Yeah.
thing.
And we don't, and we want to keep you guys engaged.
Knowing
We want to
us,
we want to make sure that you've got at least a little bit of insight. But we don't want to kill you. Well, kill you with too much. So we are going to be going through the course of this episode and maybe the next 2 or 3 episodes, even
that's
4
right.
possibly. We're going to
That's
give you
right.
a small breakdown of some of the teams, and it will happen. Will have to happen well actually in the first week because we're going to cover it team by team by fixture, which
Exactly.
kind of makes sense.
As the
So
picture goes.
right
That's right.
now we'll cover the first weekend. So next week, the 11th, will be the first game, Bafana versus Mexico.
Beautiful opening. Like
Right?
that's my favorite game. I must say that is
Yeah.
Bafana for the first game. Loving it.
Yeah. And we will start with that game on the 11th, and we'll go through games on the 12th and the 13th. Just the first 3 days, the first
Yeah.
weekend, we'll go
First
through those
weekend.
teams. Just give you some insights into those teams, and then in our next episode, we will continue with the rest of the gang, and maybe even more in the episodes after that. So
That's
let's
right.
get straight into it. South Africa, Mexico. What a game! What a repeat of 2010.
Unbelievable.
Shabalala's goal. I think if you watch that World Cup,
Ah.
you know. I mean,
Yeah, of
it's
course I watched. That was a big
it's
one.
yeah, it was special
Yeah.
being in the country at that time. So
Unbelievable.
let's see what again. Now we've got Mexico as the host in Mexico City. It's gonna be. I don't know how close it's going to be. However, there are benefits that both teams have and positives that both of them bring into that game. For one,
Hmm.
South Africa, they one of them. I would they came off during the course of end of last year or during this year, one of the longest unbeaten streaks in the history
Oh.
of international football. Yeah, I need to get that data, but I know that is a fact, and because of one of the elements that kind of contributed to this was the fact that they've got quite consistent in the starting 11 selection and their squad
Hmm.
selection. They've got depth. I wouldn't say obviously um, as strong depth as some of the favorites, but
But
they've
still.
got that consistency, which it doesn't matter what sport or what team you're playing. When you know the people and you've played many games with the same people, there's that is definitely a benefit. So from their perspective, we've got our captain Ranwan Williams, our goalkeeper,
Hmm.
and this is one thing I forgot to check out. Almost certainly, if he did not win it, but he came close to the Golden Glove in either the last Afcon or the
Hmm.
Afcon before.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
great shot stopper, really good at shot stopping, which kind of links into the fantasy football. I've got him in my fantasy because he can score points for
Hmm.
saves. But then we've also got, Lau Foster, who plays for Burnley, didn't have
Yeah.
much of a season this
That's the
season.
guy I know, Bobby.
Yeah,
Uh,
look, the one thing watching Bafana, because I have kind of recently started watching in the
Very good.
past year or two. not as much as maybe I would like, but purely before then I didn't watch at all. But they've started playing some attractive football. I really like the style of football. Again, that style, it draws you in. Don't want to get too long on this, but I think from their perspective, keeping the game tight and transition, I think is going to be critical for them. And that's all I'm going to say about them for now.
Yeah. And that's well said. Maybe then I'm gonna go on the other side of it on Mexico. They have an interesting
Chiquito.
something coming up. There is the young guy. How is he called? Gilberto Mora. He's, I think, actually the youngest player now in the World Cup. 17 years old. Yeah, they say he's a sensational talent, Gilberto Mora. But actually, the funny fact about it that Ochoa played the World Cup before this guy even born, and now they are at the same court.
Wow.
That's beautiful, no?
Who's your
It's
daddy?
unbelievable. Who's man? Literally, who's your daddy? So that young talent that is coming up, actually, was not even born when Ochoa played. Unbelievable.
Wow.
Unbelievable, right?
And then you've got some other players there as well, yeah? I mean, Jimenez as a forward.
Jimenez still good.
Jimenez.
Yeah.
He hasn't quite been the same since he had that head injury. He hasn't quite been the same.
Yeah,
right?
but there is the other Jimenez, the Santiago as well, supposed to be good in AC Milan, but I'm not so sure. Like his form is questionable. But they have the midfielder, I think, in Fenerbahce, Edson Alvarez, pretty good. But what I like actually, they have a lot of players as well from the local league as well. So that's gonna give them a good.
And they're a decently strong league, I would say.
Yeah. And suddenly, actually, last night, Bobby, they beat Serbia 5-1.
Oh. I didn't. I should have done my research before that.
Yeah, man. Just last night, literally last night, Mexico, Serbia 5-1.
And it's a good thing as well that I wasn't wearing my Italian sweater because tonight, because I checked the fixtures before I put on my kit. Yeah, I put this on because Germany's playing tomorrow. But today there's women World Cup qualifiers, and guess who's playing? Italy versus Serbia. So good thing I didn't put my Italian top on today. Right?
Oh, good God. So yeah, maybe that's on this fixture that I just wanted maybe just to call out as well. It's an interesting one.
I think it's a lot is going to depend on who can finish their chances. I think they're inconsistent, both teams, with finishing. So whoever finishes the chances is probably going to be the one who walks away with the 3 points. Korea and Czech Republic.
Yeah, interesting one actually. It's what I would say on this one, Bobby. Actually, I mean, I can't believe, but overall, that they actually have a good history about the World Cup, which is, imagine Korea finished 4th in 2002.
When it was Korea Japan, yeah.
Unbelievable.
It was Korea Japan. Yeah.
They finished 4th, but Czech Republic, Bobby, 2 times in the final.
Yep.
They played 2 times final.
Yep, it was early. It was early in the 20th century, but I mean,
when it was
then a certain team that won it in the 40s or the 60s or something. What was that?
Yeah,
a team
very
that won
early.
It what is it? What is a team that won it in the 60s? You know what is that team that they always wear white and then they've got the blue, and one of the players plays in the midfield for you guys and the right back as well. You know that team that they won the World Cup once, and that was the only final they've been in. Just saying.
I see the teaser. I'm not going to answer this teasing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, interesting game overall then. So like there is some history background. I mean, I'm not so sure how they are arriving to the World Cup. Like I seen a little bit of Korea. Czech Republic is a solid team, but you know what? I was surprised that they have actually a really talented young player that actually is. It seems like when I checked the squad, Pavel Schulz is actually not there. Pavel Schulz plays for Olympique Lyon, and actually behind Endrick, who was on a loan from Madrid, is the second best scorer, top scorer of the team. And he plays really good, young talent, but when I saw the strikers, okay, big name, Patrick Schick is there, but
Mm.
otherwise Hojek as well is not at his best now in Hoffenheim. So I was just surprised that actually they didn't call him up. But guess what? As they do, not always the best players are in the squad, right? So
We'll talk. I think that's going to be a big talking point when we get to our next episode, because I think the first team that kind of is next, and the next match would be Brazil Morocco, and there for sure
yeah,
we've got to talk about some selections there, players being in and some players not being in. But
controversial decisions. I
that's
agree.
for the next episode. But
Exactly.
I see this as being a a match of two different styles. I would just automatically, because you've got a player like Son Heung-min in the
Yeah.
Korean team, you're thinking fast breaks, you're thinking, speed and skill. Whereas if you look at the makeup of the Czech team, it's big people. I mean, look, you've lived here, the Czechs. I live here. You got some big guys. Look, shout out Patrick Berger.
Mm.
You know, that's what I'm saying. Oh, Vladi Smitsa, also Milan Baros. Am I going to go through all of these
Oh yeah,
Liverpool
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Liverpool
yeah.
Czech players because we're talking about them? I mean, um, if anybody knows Patrick Berger, please, I wanted to get him to sign my top. But coming back to the style of play, big men, Thomas Suchek, Schick is what?
Yeah.
Oh, man, he's 1'9" something. So there's going to be a lot of they're probably going to pose their biggest stress from set pieces, corners. Using their height, using their physicality. It's I would say maybe typical European versus Asian, what you kind of expect from, which is a terrible thing to say, because you've got these preconceived ideas of what
Yeah.
what the people from each country kind of off like physically. um is YouTube gonna ban me
No,
for
you're
saying that?
good. No, you're good. But
But
yeah, you
that's
are right.
that's the
You are
style
right
of
on that.
football that I'm
Yeah.
expecting for that game. It's going to be an interesting one. Two different styles. Let's see who comes up on top.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. That's on
And
this one.
and then
What
we
we
go to
have next?
next. We're going to
Canada.
Canada. Canada, eh? Give me a donut.
Yeah.
A donut. I'll give you a donut on the hoose.
Yeah. Canada, Bosnia.
Ah,
That's a good one actually.
uh, yeah. Again, not sure. Well, Canada's got the home support. I think that's going to be a big thing for them. Um, Funnily enough, I've got a cousin who played for the national team back in the day.
hmm.
Because I'm old. My cousin's older than me. But, yes, I'm going to be watching this with a little bit of interest. I'm sure they will. Um, I'm not too sure what to make of it. I mean, I know you've got Alphonso Davies, obviously from Bayern in that team. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's actually going to be playing. There's uncertainty about
Not in
when
the
he
best
plays.
form. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Well, he's injured. He's been injured, right? He's been injured, and
Yeah.
he's said he's definitely not going to be playing for the first game. There's nothing about him for the second. So it's look, having someone that experienced within the squad for sure helps.
Yeah.
It for sure helps. How will it help against a team like Bosnia, who's going to be a lot more pragmatic? I would expect them to be, not sitting back
They are
defensively.
physical, but they are
Yeah,
really physical as well, Bobby. Like when you
yeah,
said Czech Republic physical, Bosnia
yeah. Yeah.
really physical team. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's gonna be interesting matchup. Like example, the midfield of the Bosnia, like they have some really young ones as well and coming ups as well, like Kerim. There is one young talented guy, Kerim Alajbegovic. He plays in Red Bull Salzig.
Mm-hmm.
He's really good. And there is Esmir, who is in a PSV Eindhoven. He's he's really good. And there is Amir, who is in Hull City, physical
Okay.
one. So you know the history of Hull City and the team how it plays. It's so he has this strong mentality of Premiership. So it's a really strong midfield. And if you top it up with Dzeko and Kolasinac, you really get
Yeah.
a strong fighter group. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be
Yeah.
interesting to see. Honestly don't expect much from Canada, if you ask me,
Mm,
Bobby. They have some other players as well, but the squad feels like comes
mm.
into the World Cup out of form. Like they have this Jonathan David, right, in Juventus. who previous seasons was a big striker. This season barely played, can't score goals in Juve. Maybe the one, actually their best player right now in form is Tejan Buchanan from Villarreal that actually played a solid season. But yeah, let's see. We shall wait and see, I guess.
Yeah. Haven't heard of these guys. Haven't heard
Yeah,
of these guys. But I guess that's what the World Cup's for.
yeah,
We will see. We will see after that first
exactly.
game who the cream that's gonna rise to the top.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah,
And I think,
exactly.
is this the final game then?
Oh,
I
we
think
have one more, I
one
think,
more
no?
game, one more game. USA versus
This
Paraguay.
weekend, that's right.
I think that was the last one that we'll cover.
Yeah.
Gonna be interesting. Another host city. So all the host cities are going to be playing, or at least the host countries are going to be playing over the first weekend.
Yeah.
Which is going to be great to to get hopefully the stadiums are going to be nice and packed, which I'm assuming they will be. But yeah, USA obviously you've got the big names. You've got Pulisic, the Captain America. Yeah, again a player that got his tutelage under Jurgen Klopp, right at
Yeah.
Borussia Dortmund. Was a player that obviously Liverpool was interested in. Ended up going to going to Chelsea. Shout out Rob. Um, and yeah, look, he's not an amazing player,
Not really.
but a good player. I mean, and he's going to be the stalwart. He's going to be the guy that's going to rally the team. I mean, you've got, and I like this guy. If I wanted him at Liverpool, he's gone a little maybe 3 or 4 years ago. I wanted him. He's got a little bit on in age now. Anton Robertson
Mm-hmm.
from Fulham. I don't think he's a left or right back, but a wing back that we desperately need. I think he was on the left.
Yeah.
I think he's a left
Even
back.
plays center back sometimes as well. I saw in
Yeah.
Fulham. He's good.
So yeah, there's and America again. They've obviously you don't know '94. You won't remember '94.
No. They had a
They
national team back then?
Yeah, I mean, there was this guy, Lalas. Oh, he had this crazy hair. I'll never forget it. I was like, this is this guy. He looked like what's the other guy from Colombia? What is his name? But he was a Caucasian gentleman that's playing for America. But they've America's always had one or two good players that played, in one of some of the top leagues.
Right.
Look, playing for AC Milan, Serie A. We won't talk
Yeah.
about the national team, but it's a good
Yeah.
league, good
Fair
league.
enough.
And again, and also Fulham, they've been doing really well under Marco Silva. Robinson has been critical. He's been one of the cornerstones in that team as well.
Well,
Yeah, so
I
I'm
don't
I'm
know.
I'm not sure how they're going to do again. Home is the home ground advantage going to be an advantage, or is it going to be additional pressure? Let's see. Let's see
Uh,
how that goes.
I don't expect much actually from them. So basically, what I'm gonna say, shout out to Paraguay.
All
Yeah,
right.
seriously. Um, just because as a team as well, that how they're gonna play together. United States as a team. I watched against Senegal. Okay, Senegal now didn't really came out with the strongest squad. They won against them. Now they played a friendly few days ago. But shout out to Paraguay, really.
Okay. I don't
Uh,
I don't know any players that play for Paraguay. Honestly,
Yeah,
I'm
but
not sure.
Paraguay, when it comes to Paraguay, what I like actually about them, you are right, there is not much of a player that we should, with all due respect, call out specifically, but it's more about when they play together, they really high intensity football. We talked about physical teams, defensive teams. They're gonna be fun to watch.
Okay.
Doesn't mean they bring results, but fun to watch.
So the sum is greater than the individual parts.
That's
Something
it.
very fit, right? The sum of them. All
Shout
right.
out to Paraguay.
Okay, gonna be
One of my
interesting.
underdogs that they
Yeah.
I feel like they're gonna do good. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have that something in.
All right, all right, and
Yeah.
and and speaking of that, yeah, our audience, we shared with you all that we're talking about predictions. We're not going to get into that
Yeah,
yet, right? We're not
exactly.
going to get into that yet, but all these games we will be sharing our predictions before the first game kicks off.
That's
Right?
right.
Ricky, I don't think he knows my predictions because you've shared it with
No,
me. You've shared it with me already, so I've got the benefit. I can see who's got what. Just to be clear, I put my predictions in before I saw, before I
just for
saw
the records.
your
Exactly.
predictions. Just to put that out there, I will again repeat that on the episode where we do share our predictions. All I can say is there's some interesting
Can't wait.
discussions in there. There's some interesting
Can't wait.
discussions in there. But first, we will go through all the other
Yeah.
teams. Um, we almost at the end for our episode today. Just one more thing, I'm going to talk about it or just touch on fantasy football. Right,
Yes,
that's my
sir.
baby. That's my baby. I've got it all on my socials. We'll be dropping the link in the description and the bio. We have some QR codes there. Come and join our league. Again,
That's right.
this
Join
this t
us.
this t-shirt as well I got from where we're going to be giving our winner takes all prize, right? So if you like the Germany, yeah, good quality. And number 17, Florian Wirtz. This actually happened to be a gift. I didn't know it was coming. It happened to be a gift from the place I buy a lot of of my kit from. Uh, yeah, before he actually joined Liverpool. So maybe it was a bit of a foresight. So don't forget about the fantasy. Coming up in the next episodes, we'll be talking more about the uh, the matches, the fixtures, and
Exactly.
giving you
We keep
breakdowns
going.
on the different countries. Yeah, we will also be adding in our predictions and lots more. We've got a lot planned there for you. We can't share everything, right? Want
Oh,
to keep you on the edge
exactly.
of your seats. Thank you all for joining. Uh, Ricky,
Thank you.
again,
Exactly.
nice discussions. Thank you for the
Like always.
for all the topics that you brought up, for all the opinions, and we'll see you all next time. Looking forward to it.
Exactly.
Have a great one.
Cheers, guys.
Ciao, ciao.